NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, I'd say it's a study in contrast. Young versus, well, let's say experienced.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completes this one to Starks. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 65 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Caught. This is Ivory. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan? Introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to Big Way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week, punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on 1 throw.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. It's Gray. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Mahomes throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown. Alexander Mattison, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And out come the Chiefs now.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. In trouble, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down, it's Walker. Shifts past him at the 45. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up a throw.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 3. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. Even in the tackle position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. They defer to Brown to start the drive.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
Now here's Mahomes. Man open, and St. Brown has got it.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Mahomes to throw once more.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here's Madison running on first down to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and
8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. 2nd and 5. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Now, with a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Back to throw here.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Back to throw again. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go for Ivory.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Denver Broncos. And then lastly, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Finding Kyle Pitts running the slant. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Mahomes now on first down.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 26.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Walker fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And he is going to lose yardage here. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Looking to throw. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Carlson able to put this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mahomes now to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
This goes out wide from Madison.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Running from the shotgun with Madison.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Mahomes going to throw.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give to Walker on the read option.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Second and 9 now. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They're going to look to throw.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain there of just 4. That'll bring up a 4th down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. And Walker has it. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there of playing keep away, first downs, they can't.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. So out come the Chargers.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Option play, they'll give to Walker.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20.
2nd and 4.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
He's going to keep this again.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring out Ford.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
On the toss, this is Jim Brown.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Past the 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Walker to start the drive. Logan Hall is there for the stop.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Completes this one to Starks. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll set up a throw.
Able to find Gray here.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Checks this down to Hubbard.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go Madison up the middle. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw, it's Mahomes. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Toronto's offense ready to take over. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds Ivory here.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
It's complete. This is Starks. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Chiefs, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the